Welcome to TWIG. Go radiate yourself. I'm Moira Brown. This week we're putting together a book on the wasteland. Unfortunately, this book is filled with only stuff that happened this week in gaming.
Go play in traffic.
Anyway, welcome back to This Week in Gaming, the show where we tell you stuff that happened this week.
In gaming.
In gaming. It's almost like it's in the name. I'm Proxy Fox.
I am Sarah.
I'm Jiff.
So you have a fun first and last name.
I mean, I could go by my old moniker of Zero Threat, but that just makes me sound really not intimidating.
Yeah.
Hence the name.
Hence the name. Zero Threat.
Yeah, you're just you're not scary like a raccoon. You're just so cute.
Like a raccoon.
Yeah. Little trash goblin.
Sure am. I eat everything.
Yeah.
So stuff have happened.
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 Let's take us into news, please.
Okay, so as Proxy said, This Week in Gaming, when this is to your earballs, it will be Saturday, February 10th. This is episode 44. 6, 7, 8 more episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
8 more weeks.
We should do something fun for our 1 year anniversary.
I think we should just get drunk and do it.
I am actually down with that. We should see if I can get Derek from the GNA podcast to come by and have some drinks or even Skype in.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that none of us are
heavy drinkers.
None of us are weed smokers.
A really quick and funny story. Also that, yeah,
because it's legal now, so it's okay to do it. And
yeah, it's still, I don't know. It's still a nuisance to me. I was driving down Pleasant Street in Leominster the other day, and the people in front of me, to their credit, had some choice bud, whatever they were smoking, but it's all I could smell in my car.
It's not
and
a
I'm
great
like,
smell.
Unfortunately, I'm not a pot smoker.
No.
So I couldn't just this is delightful.
Yeah, no.
I was
it doesn't matter how good it is. It's not a good smell. But it smells
it smells like a skunk that got up and I took a shower and put on some perfume.
Yeah, but
I
think it'd be
hear
fun.
me out. Edibles.
All right.
Eatables.
I hope
totally different experience.
I hope my mother is not listening to this podcast.
And if you try to make pot butter, don't do it in your mother's house because the whole place will smell.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
anyway.
All right. So tangents aside, and
I was gonna say really quick funny story.
Yeah,
I was
funny
talking
story.
to Derek from the GNA podcast the other day. He called. And it was Wednesday. I had the day off.
Yeah.
He called and we're just having this casual conversation. All of a sudden he goes, oh no, that's an accident. And I was thinking maybe because he's got 2 kids.
Right.
So maybe one of them spilled something on the carpet or whatever. No, he's like, yep, that's a guardrail. And I'm like, are you driving? He was like, not anymore. Yeah.
Oh my god, no.
I was like, what? He's like, I was trying to change lanes and I hit the guardrail. I'm gonna go see what's wrong with my car.
Oh my god.
I'll talk to you later. It's like, oh no.
He seems really calm
He
about
was
it.
I love that. It was so nonchalant.
just oh no.
Jesus.
Well, shit.
So that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, shout out to you for surviving that.
So on to PlayStation.
Yes.
Well, we can live in our world, but we need to play in someone else's.
Thanks for using the tagline.
I try.
Since you're really good at knowing all those fucking taglines.
Yeah, greatness
what was
awaits.
the PSP one?
Oh, PSP.
The cheese
It's like
one.
cheese you can listen to outside.
Yeah.
It's also like a carpet you can play with outside. It's also a nut you can play with outside.
All things you could listen to or play with outside anyway.
Basically, yes.
Okay. So just making sure.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, PSP came around the advent of the MP3 player, so it was a big deal. You could watch. Remember that movie you loved so much? You could now watch it in teeny weeny iStrano vision.
Outside in the sun.
Outside in the sunlight where you can't see the screen.
Yeah.
Great. So PlayStation, or I should say Sony Interactive, announced what is coming with the next PS4 firmware update, which is going to be 5.5.
Yep.
Betas were a couple weeks ago. Signups for betas were a couple weeks ago, and it is currently in active beta. So some of the things in the update that you will be granted when it finally releases is there's going to be a PS Plus tab. You can see the games you've gotten with PS Plus subscription, even if your subscription isn't currently active. So like whatever you've claimed regardless of if you have an active subscription or not,
You'll be able to see
you'll
it.
be able to see it. So like if you decide like, okay, well, it's not active right now, but I want to reactivate it, you can see what you can still grab and what you've already grabbed.
Yeah, because
per se.
we did point it out a while ago. Even if you claim a game in, say, October, and then in November you're like, I can't afford this, or I don't want to do this anymore, and you cancel your subscription, if you come back in January, you still have that game that you claimed.
Yeah, and I'm actual witness to this because I've done that.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
The only thing that sucks about that is not being able to get those games in between the months that you didn't have it. But you know, whatever.
Still,
Wait for a
lot
sale.
of people don't know that apparently. So,
something else. Playtime management is going to be added, so you can manage and apply restrictions to gameplay time. So, like if you have kids and you say, okay, well, Timmy, when you're done your homework, you can play Grand Theft Auto on full violent for 45 minutes. You can literally set a timer.
Yep.
Especially if little Timmy has his own profile, set a timer on the profile and say 45 minutes of gameplay.
yeah.
That's it, and it'll cap it.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
I think it'll also be like you can see how much you're doing. So like those people who have like literal gaming addictions can be like, I played more hours of this game this week than there were hours in this week. I should seek help.
You mean I should seek more time?
Never mind.
I should quit my job.
I need more game time.
I should quit my job and play
no,
more.
that'd be a Nintendo thing though, to like make you feel bad for playing more than a few hours a day.
Yeah.
I
have a thing. I have a thing about that when we're done with this PS4 firmware section.
You'll also be able to start hiding apps from the main menu.
Finally, God.
I would love to customize my main menu to be the main things that I want to use, rather than.
It'll be.
That'd be great.
I think so.
There's going to be an overhaul to the notification system. Like you'll actually be able to delete notifications. God. That come up, like, you know, the stupid like discover this.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god,
bitch! I've had this thing for like, 3 years. I know what to
just
discover.
let me push a button to mark all as red. I'd be happy with that.
Or like this person joined a party. You can too. It's like, all right, they joined a party of a game I don't own though. So like, stop.
You know what? I kind of want to. This is almost a similar line because like this is not the first time we've seen technology try and tell you how to be a friendly person.
Yeah.
Facebook does it all the time.
All the time.
And I've been debating. I'm not going to make a new account for this because, you know, now they need like your blood and DNA proof and like your family tree and shit. But I might, because I'm not active on my Facebook profile, just start if kind of like the Supersize Me, where he could only eat McDonald's for 30 days. Yeah. And if they asked him to supersize, he had to.
Yeah. Like
anytime Facebook makes a suggestion for me to do something or post a thing that they made, do it.
I mean,
because I feel like they're nonchalantly.
You did just graduate with your degree with film and editing. And
I sure did. I could put like a little thing together.
You should put a little thing together and do like a 7-day instead of the 30-day.
I could. I feel like 7 days too short because I work a lot of that.
Okay, then do 14.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're nonchalantly building the largest networked AI.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, they already bought Oculus, so they're working on.
But Google has Ray Kurzweil, so. Kurzweil? I forget how to pronounce his last name.
I pronounce it Kurzweil. I don't know if that's right.
It's Kurzweil.
I think that's how it. I don't know.
I saw something sad today.
What did you see?
Only mildly off on another little.
Was it a Windows phone?
No, it was worse. It made me. No, this was like legitimately saddening. Like I was as a 60 Minutes interview with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Talking about how like the people that went to the moon in the first place, like and the big heads of NASA were not really on board with what he's doing, trying to make commercial space flight. And they're like, how does that make you feel? And you could see his eyes glaze up. And he was like, I mean, it's not ideal.
Oh.
And they're like, has this made you reconsider like doing this? And he was like, no, not at all. I have to.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
Elon Musk was literally sent to us from a different planet.
He really was.
But he has no memory of it. He just knows he needs to get back there.
Yeah.
That's 100% what's going
on. Just to finish up this whole PS firmware update thing, you're going to be able to add custom wallpapers from USB.
Hell yeah.
So make your own wallpaper,
and then
load it onto a USB stick, throw it into your PS4, and upload it, and you can use it as a wallpaper.
You can do that with only screenshots you've taken on that system. So like for me, I just switched to a different PS4 and all my beautiful Horizon screenshots are gone.
Now, my question is, so you can do wallpapers. Are they eventually going to change it so you can also do like the main interface? Like, you know how like if you got like the King of Fighters mode,
where you can add the sounds,
the sounds and yeah, the whole,
like you can do that with Windows and things like that.
Right,
Where you
the whole-
swap icon sets.
the whole GUI interface essentially.
Yeah.
GUI.
But I hope they eventually get to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the skill to do that, but
No.
if I could easily go online and find one that isn't available on the network, download it and just throw it right on without having to like crack my PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Which is a thing now. But yeah, that'd be cool. One other thing, library UI changes. So it's going to be more organized between installed games, own games. Like I said earlier, the PS Plus tab that's actually going to be in the library.
Because now it's just one long list and it's the little icon being like purchased and installed and whatever. And it's like kind of hard to look at, honestly.
Yeah.
If I could just look at what I own versus what's installed, I could be like, I should install that.
Yeah.
But now it's like
So,
garbage.
A lot of this update is organization,
Thank God.
which about fucking time.
Well, I mean, thankfully, we're at a point where they can work on organization and not have to worry about fixing everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that it is a good thing. So
Yeah.
there is no date when this update will roll out to all users, but
Hopefully in a couple months, I assume.
I would less than that.
Yeah.
Generally, they do beta, and then within a month max,
Yeah.
the firmware update comes out. So
I'm excited.
I would expect it within the next 30 days.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So I had a little thing.
Yeah.
I signed up for Mixer, which is like another streaming service.
Microsoft's, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just to like follow this one girl. And I have no idea how it works, but I was on there yesterday turning off my email notifications and it was like other kinds of notifications. And I was like, click. And it had options for, do you want us to remind you to get up and stretch every so many hours? Do you want us to remind you to get up and eat every so many hours?
Which is cool.
That's so cool. It was a like,
I feel like I just need that as a human being in general.
yeah, it was like activity notification and
I mean,
nutrition notification or something.
I could send you out a text like every 3 hours. Stretch.
Yeah, but I thought that was really neat, and I'm probably never going to use Mixer for more than just the one person I follow, and I don't even use it for then because I just watch her on YouTube anyway. But I thought that was really neat, and I feel like Twitch could absolutely benefit from doing that because they could at least feel good about themselves
If they don't
trying.
already.
I don't think they do.
They don't.
I haven't explored much of the back end of Twitch.
They don't, because you know how else would that guy have died?
Oh my God,
After
right.
playing 3 days of World of Tanks or whatever
By
on
ignoring.
Twitch. Fair, but at the same time,
I feel like I really need that for work because I just I'm sitting all day and I lose track of time.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'll send you a text every 3 hours.
There's
Send
legitimately
me a Snapchat of you stretching.
The one downside is you're gonna get them at 3 o'clock in the morning as well. It's just gonna be a 3-hour loop. I'm gonna figure out a way to set it on my phone just to send you an automatic text.
Jesus. There are apps that will do that. No, like there's apps to remind you to drink water, and like you could probably condition yourself to drink the water and then also like get up and stretch and walk around.
Drink your fucking water.
Drink your fucking water. Okay. Anyway,
your
that was
drinking
my little thing.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of websites could stand to do this. Like you've been on Facebook for 7 hours. Do you maybe want to get up and walk around?
It's essentially what it is like being on Netflix after 3 episodes of not pressing anything. It's like, are you sure you're still watching?
Yeah. Did you hear? Sorry, this is another tangent. It's been a fucking time. There was a guy on, I don't remember if it was Hulu or Netflix, but they literally, this whatever service it was, sent the guy an email because he had watched so much of a show in a week and then stopped that they wanted to check up on him.
Yes.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
like he watched a whole series, like a 10.
I think it may have been The Office.
Yeah, it
There's
was like a
also
10
something-
season series. He watched the entirety of it, and then just his stuff stopped.
And they were like, "Are you okay?" And I thought that was really funny. But I also hate when Netflix does that because it's like, bitch, I am in a situation. I would like to keep watching my show without having to get up and like hit the button because first world problems.
Sorry, I had to stand up for a second because I was looking over at the game collection, which I do on occasion, and completely fucking forgot
That you
That you
own.
that I
Okami.
had Okami for the Wii.
Wow.
Yes, but you have to see a HD.
I did. I bought it on Steam. It's on super sale for the weekend.
Nice.
No, but HD on the PlayStation.
Yes, that too.
It's pretty. It's fun.
All we need now is to get a copy for PS2, and we'll have all the copies ever.
Like me with Skyrim.
Yeah, essentially.
The only one I need is the Switch because the VR versions don't count.
Just go out and buy it for Switch, even though you don't have a Switch yet.
It's tempting.
Oh my god. Yes.
Just so you have it.
Soon.
Yeah.
If you could buy the written novel for Skyrim, it's like the Encyclopedia Britannica, but it's a choose your own ending adventure novel.
Oh my god. Is that real or are you making it up?
I'm making it up, but that definitely
sounds
needs
so
to be a
cool.
thing.
I would
they,
absolutely buy it.
they do have the books. They do have the Skyrim books at Barnes and Noble.
Oh my god.
That are like they're the encyclopedias.
It's literally grunts and fuss roda for 47 pages. And then dragons roaring.
You literally just you read it. It's like fuss roda. Oh,
right.
I should have done that in haiku form.
Yes.
What if there was like a weird Army of Darkness, Army of Skyrim mashup where he's like the Dragonborn can't remember the 3 words he's supposed to use, so it's like Foos Rodonut, Foos Rodonut.
Achoo.
Book comes and bites him.
Oh.
Anyway, getting off of another tangent. This is a tangent-filled episode.
I like
read
it.
the news.
Holy
Not gonna
fuck.
lie, I kind of like. We've gotten through one bit of news, and we're like 5 hours in.
Yeah,
so we're good.
let's get on to our second bit of news. Because speaking of porting things onto multiple consoles, Crash Bandicoot.
Hell.
So
yeah.
sometime this year, no date yet, sometime this year, there will be a Switch and a PC port of the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Hell yeah.
The trilogy was the #1 top-selling remaster collection of the year.
Also, apparently, it's been in the top 10, and apparently it's the #1 top selling of all time of remaster collections.
Now, is this just on Sony, or is this like
I think it's all time
in
of
total?
everything.
I mean, granted, Sony's pretty much the only thing that ever comes out with remasters.
Right.
But that's fine.
It's still really cool.
Activision also is apparently working on another Crash Bandicoot title coming sometime in 2019.
Now, when was the last time we got an actual new Crash Bandicoot game? It had to be years ago. I'm not gonna look it up.
Proxy? When was the last new Crash Bandicoot game?
Oh dear God!
It had to be one
I
of
think
the...
it was 2008.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
So that's exciting. Even then, like 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, it was 2010.
Wow.
Was
So yeah.
Crash Nitro Kart 2,
Well, I wouldn't even.
and then nothing until Skylanders. Like
Yeah.
when he
Oh,
just popped into Skylanders.
Those
Well,
don't
what was the last like platform? So not non-racing, non-party.
2009 Mutant Island.
Okay, so
10
it'll be
years.
10 years.
And then a new game. Hopefully
When
that's true.
The supposed new game comes out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm a little apprehensive because Activision's working on it, and it's not Naughty Dog.
Wait, is Activision the Tony Hawk Games people? Right?
Yeah.
Then we're in trouble.
Wait, what?
Activision, didn't they do the Tony Hawk games? Some of them at least, because if they did, we're
No,
in
that
trouble.
was Insomniac, wasn't it? Oh no, not Insomniac. Yeah, I think you're right.
I
mean,
I have an
Activision
approximate...
and Blizzard are a thing now.
Neversoft.
Neversoft.
Yeah.
That's not even
Neversoft,
close.
Natsume, IdeaWorks, Treyarch, Edge
Okay.
of Reality.
Oh, funny.
So yeah,
It's gone through some hands.
Yeah.
yeah, per usual. Moving on from there, we're gonna try and keep this tangent train going, or not going, I should say, at station. Cities Skylines.
Yeah. It's like SimCity.
Yeah, so City Skylines is a SimCity-esque micromanaging game. It's free on Steam to try. It's free on Steam to try until tomorrow,
The 10th.
the 10th. Tomorrow for us, today for you. At which point it expires, and even if you have it downloaded, it will not play.
Yeah.
It is also on sale for $7.49 or $9.99 for the deluxe edition, which features like downloadable content. That's on Steam. It's gonna be on sale until Monday the 12th.
Yeah. I did purchase the deluxe edition because I got some of my tax return today, and I was like, fuck it. I deserve a game, and I've heard that City Skylines is really cool.
Yeah,
So, because you can like make a little town and like deal with like power grids and sewer lines. I don't know. It sounds exciting to me. Maybe I'm just weird.
You are.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but also no.
Yeah.
But I also play a game where you literally just tap
That's true.
idle
That's true.
fervently. That was the word I was looking for.
Good word.
Yeah, well, vocab word of the day. Fervently.
Fervently.
Moving on from there. You remember when we were talking about the Good Life proxy?
I do.
Yeah.
I miss the good life.
If you guys
Haven't
who
got there
are listening are
Long-term listeners.
long-term listeners, you might remember us talking about the game The Good Life, where you played as a photographer that at night you became a cat
And you go around and,
you go around
investigate the city.
investigating shit.
Yep.
Well, so that was crowdfunded
Kind of.
from the production company White Owls on the platform Fig, and it kind of did terribly.
I think it did like half of what their goal was.
Yeah, they definitely
It
didn't
was
meet
really-
their goal, and it was not a good time for
No.
them. So the developer White Owl, they announced that they are launching a Kickstarter for the game in March.
Yep.
Apparently, they've made a few changes to the game that will hopefully make it a success.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of the things they were changing, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was like little things here and there, like the art design and this, that, the other thing that I feel like a lot of people said, if this was different, I would back this game. If this was different, I would back this game. I feel like they took a lot of that into consideration. And I feel like they will do a lot better on Kickstarter than Fig, which nobody has heard of.
Yeah,
So-
up until we
I've heard of their Newtons.
Yeah, and I don't like Fig Newtons, so why would I trust a platform?
I
named
love
Fig?
Fig Newtons.
Well,
So
that's
good.
because you eat like an old man.
I do.
You drink seltzer not because it's healthy, but because you like the flavor,
Yes.
and you eat Fig Newtons. You fucking abomination.
Anyway, so I'm excited about the Good Life. I really want it to be a thing, and when it does come on Kickstarter, if there's a pledge amount that is like decent,
Like $5
for me, like $5 or $10, I'm definitely gonna do it. The problem I had with when it was on Fig was the lowest amount you could back was $29, and all that would get you was the game, and I was like, that's a lot of money for me to risk if this never happens.
Right.
I've seen so many people get scammed by Kickstarters and crowdfunds. And
Sometimes not even scammed. Sometimes just like the person thinks like they're just not good at estimating the actual budget it will
Yeah.
take.
and it's really unfortunate.
Or you try and make an indie film and all of your friends just stop helping.
Womp.
Nothing personal. Just
Oh,
I had
sure.
a friend of a friend. I haven't actually done anything on
Who's-
Kickstarter aside from backing things.
Whose name was Smoxy Smocks.
Huh? No. No, it was someone I went to school with.
Oh.
But
So moving on from that, so going from one game we talked about previously a while back to another game we talked about a couple times previously.
Yeah.
You remember when we talked about Vampire?
sort of. Is that
It was the vampire RPG type game made by Don't Nod.
okay, yeah.
The Life is Strange people.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Vampire the game from the developer of Life is Strange, Don't Nod, is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox in June on the 5th. It's an action-adventure game set in 1918 London during the Spanish flu epidemic. The main character is a doctor who is also a vampire who apparently has to choose who lives or dies. So, like, you're
Yeah.
playing devil's advocate, I guess.
I guess you like wake up as him as a vampire. He was a doctor, now he is a vampire, and you have to be like a doctor during the Spanish flu, but also kind of eat people maybe. I've been excited about this. I think it was announced at E3 maybe. It was definitely an event.
Yeah, it was
Something.
beginning of our
I've been
series.
very excited
of
about it.
podcasting.
Yeah. So I'm fucking pumped.
I've seen screens. The screens look amazing.
It looks-
I've seen a
yeah,
couple of videos.
so
The
good.
videos look amazing. So
And I think it's going to be episodic like Life is Strange because
I
that's
really
successful.
like episodic things.
It's very
I
successful.
don't, because I don't like waiting.
You hate waiting.
I don't like-
I fucking
See,
hate waiting.
for me-
I hate cutscenes and I hate waiting.
Jeff gets passionate. The podcast.
Good though.
I've
Like,
been playing through fucking 4 games right now. I am
so
literally
with
currently
the
playing
cutscenes,
4
though, I can
games.
feel you. Have you started playing Okami?
So I bought 4 games
I'm
this
sorry.
week.
Have you started watching Okami?
I bought 4 games this week. 4 games. I bought
Yes.
Okami. I bought Dead Rising 4. I bought Attack on Titan, and I bought
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus.
And you made it back without getting arrested. I'm so proud of you.
I know. I even said that to your brother when I walked in. I was like, I didn't get arrested. And he's like, what? And I was like, I had to remind him of the whole story. But I digress.
Good times.
I bought 4 games this week. Do you think if I can't skip a cutscene, I won't?
It's true.
Do you know what game is the hardest to skip a cutscene? Fucking Okami.
Yeah.
I figured out how, but it took me like half an hour to figure out how to do it.
You still missed about a half an hour worth of cutscene at that point.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's a great game, but
meanwhile,
my God.
You bought 3 basically new games. 3 or 4 basically new games this week.
Yeah.
I'm still playing Fallout 4.
And I brought her to GameStop and was like, get anything you want. I don't care if you have the money or not. Like, I'll buy the game. Like,
yeah, and there's just nothing that interests me.
which is fine.
Right now.
But she's also afraid of changing and getting committed to a new game.
A lot of the games that are like coming out that I'm interested in that you might not be aren't out yet. So, fuck off.
I don't know. I'm weird with games too. Like, I've started getting into it more now that I'm doing videos and stuff for YouTube. But like, I don't know. I was always apprehensive to play new games because there's some psychology thing that goes on, like with movies, when you're watching a new movie and it's like so much of your attention has to be into taking in the story.
Yeah.
Whereas when you rewatch a movie you've seen before, a lot of it's more relaxed.
You
and
can
it kind
shut
of runs
down
through you, and like you'll pick up on new things or things you didn't pick up on before. But mentally speaking, it's a lot more pleasing psychologically. It's a lot more pleasing to watch something you've seen before, which is why people will do that.
That's why you have a favorite
Same way
movie.
with games.
Yeah.
And so it's always hard because like I want to pick up a new game, but I'm like, I don't know if this game is going to demand 45 hours of my time that I'm not really willing to give it. I don't know if it's going to be really slow about getting me involved. So I've been picking up a lot of the smaller games like Journey, Abzu, Bound, and now Rime. Which Rime took a little bit more of my time than I would have liked, but I got to the end of it and went, I understand why you took so long. I fuck you for making me cry.
Aww. So we have to play it then.
It's real good.
See, and that's the thing about new games I like. I like not knowing how long it's going to take me. And I actually get mad when it takes me a short time because it's like, really? I just
By the time you get through, yeah.
I just invested money into this and it was an 8-hour game.
Yeah.
I want an 80-hour game. I want anything more than 40 hours of gameplay. I'm happy about.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 40 hours of me just like investigating fucking everything there is, even if it's not necessary, because that's what I do. I'm a completionist, but
Crazy person.
otherwise, crazy person. I'd rather that than buy even a game for like $10, like Steam sales or like when there's flash sales on PlayStation. Like if I buy anything that's more than $10 and it doesn't take me at least double that amount, that dollar amount, but in time, like per hour, I'm angry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a real good experience if it's going to be a short
Yeah,
game.
it better be like the best fucking game I've ever played. Like,
Yeah.
Like BioShock was relatively short. 8 to 12 hours, depending.
But
yeah.
It's the
16
best.
if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, and
but
when
it's
it
one of
came
those
out, it
games
was
that
great.
It boom,
Yeah.
right in the
Like,
feels.
The first time I beat Horizon, I'll add a couple hours because I did play the game about halfway through once and then I had to restart. So I knew what I was doing and I didn't take as long the second time. So I'll say 20 hours it took me to accidentally beat Horizon because I just got so sucked in. And you bought that game for full price when it came out and it only took me 20 hours.
It took me like 40.
But it was the most captivating 20 hours of my life. I've never been on such an emotional journey with a game before.
And I will say,
I'm loving that about the games that I've been playing.
Yeah.
I will say, being on the tangent that I am about hating cutscenes and all of that, with Horizon, I only skipped like half of them. Like the ones that I knew were only going to be like stupid, like they weren't really pertaining to the story enough for me to care.
Yeah.
Like when you get to like a side mission, it's like, oh, well, this kind of has to deal with it, but not really. It's like
I will read,
settle, bitch.
Like I'll read the subtitle and then be like, all right, I read faster than you talk. Skip.
Yeah.
Read, skip.
That's the thing. Like in the only series that I've literally sat down and watched every cutscene through is the Uncharted series.
Because it's a fucking movie that you play.
It's a fun movie that you play.
Yeah.
So now it's time for fun trivia with the Twig cast.
Yeah.
I was listening to the radio on the way to work this morning, and they were talking about. It was pretty good. It was a morning talk show, and I'm like, radio, old school podcasts, and
the original,
because they're going out live.
Fucking millennial.
We got to do it every single day. But so they were talking about. They were asking like, what is the first show that you ever binge watched? and I want to take that and kind of put a gaming spin on it and say, what is the first game that you've ever either played in a single sitting? I'm not talking like Journey is easy to play in a single sitting. It's a short game.
You're talking about like a full-fledged AAA
like,
game.
What is the first game, we'll say over 3 hours of playtime, that you sat down and binged your way through because you couldn't stop? And it doesn't necessarily have to be that you played it through straight, but like I know with me, when I borrowed BioShock Infinite over a weekend from Mark, like I played it until I fell asleep on the couch, woke up, and then continued playing it until I beat it.
I would count that as like one contiguous
just about
section. I think like it's hard because I don't remember a lot of like my teen years with gaming because I was a teenager and I was like dumb. Cut to me playing God of War for 8 hours but not actually accomplishing anything, so I wouldn't count that. I would like probably Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, because like I got the game from somebody and I was like, yeah, I'll probably be into this. It's like the kind of setting that I want. Popped it in, installed it, and then I think I emerged from my bedroom 4 days later. Maybe not that long, but I like... it definitely was not healthy gaming consumption at all. Like probably closer to 8 hours solid.
I think the first game that I would ever consider myself having binged on was Fallout 3.
Oh yeah,
because I've like been casually just kind of playing games up until that point, and then one of my buddies was like, borrow my Xbox, borrow Fallout 3.
Yep.
You don't understand. And I'm like, I don't like Call of Duty type games, because all I knew about it was that it was, you know, post-war first-person shooter. And I was like, you know, like every other post-war first-person shooter. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Play the game.
Yeah.
So I started playing it, and I just, day gone. I mean, yeah, I didn't get through it. I didn't complete the storyline, but I definitely was on, like, the Fallout binge.
Yeah. Like, I remember when we got that, and, like, times was tough, so we just didn't do anything ever. And we literally
just would play Fallout.
Yeah, we would play, eat, and sleep. That was it for, like, a month.
And most of it was just play and sleep.
Yeah.
Didn't eat a lot. But that was just because we were poor.
Yeah, time for stuff. But, like, oh, God, it was so good.
I think, thinking back in my many years of gaming, the first game that I can remember, like, binging through to completion was Ocarina of Time. When it came out. Well,
isn't that your favorite one, honey?
That's most people's favorite, but
as of right now, it's my favorite. But that's because like I kind of powered through Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And I power through whenever I'm down at Proxies because I don't own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once we get the Switch, I'll let you know.
Actually, if I think back, Time Splitters 2 on the GameCube.
Oh my God.
Between Time Splitters 2, TMNT Turtles in Time, TMNT Turtles in Time was my first gaming binge. Because I remember I sat down with John back when we were kids in his bedroom on his Super Nintendo, and we played two-player. We played casually whenever I was over, and then we'd like run around outside pretending to be Ninja Turtles.
Right.
As kids do. And there was one day that I was over, and we sat down, and we legitimately played through the game 3 times on different difficulty settings until we could say that we completed it on hard mode. And now we are officially like... Now we're official ninjas because we beat the game in hard
so
mode.
Cute.
I mean,
good stuff.
I do remember being like 13 or 14 and binging San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas with my dad. We would go Dizies. And essentially it was, okay, I'm tired, so I'm going to bed. That would be my father. Yeah. And I was like, I'll turn it off when I'm done.
7 hours later.
7 hours later, my dad walks out into the living room at, 6 in the morning. He's like, did you go to sleep?
No.
What's sleep?
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
See, I remember
that and like the Baldur's Gate games. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Those are so easy to just suck you right in.
Oh my God.
The dungeon crawls.
Especially if you're doing like couch co-op with a good friend.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, we picked up some frozen pizza that we nuked and like the little single serves. And then you got like 2 liters of Mountain Dew. You're like, I'm just going to sit on the couch and we're going to play all the way through this game.
It was like when we started playing Diablo 3 together.
Oh my God. And all of us.
It was like, oh wait, where did the 4 hours just go?
Like if it wasn't for the fact that we stream in the studio with the folding chairs, like
you wouldn't notice.
I wouldn't notice the time going by, and we'd probably just like do a solid 8-hour stream.
Yeah.
So
God.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we actually do have a little bit more news that we got to talk about.
Sweet.
I mean, we did.
I'm into it.
Tangent.
That's all right.
I would.
I'm all about those tangents because I don't get to see you guys as much anymore.
I know.
Yeah,
I would really
damn
like
real
to.
work.
I'd like to invite the listeners to tell us in the various comment sections that wherever it exists on the fucking internet.
Alternatively, just hop over to our Facebook page or our Twitter account and like let us know with the hashtag Twig Podcast your first game binge.
Or hashtag Twig Podcast binge watch.
Yeah.
Hashtag binge play.
Yeah, binge play.
I don't know if that's already a hashtag.
Either your first or like your favorite or whatever, because I don't know, it's unhealthy and it's great.
Yeah, we're pro being unhealthy and binging games.
We are, however, not pro ZD. He's somebody totally different.
He's great though.
He is amazing.
Goddamn gift to the universe.
Right? If he's at AAC again this year, I gotta be like, hey, let's sit down and have a chat for like just you and I.
Yeah.
I did everything backwards with him. I told Slandry that because he sent me one of his videos, and I was like, I feel like I did everything backwards with Pro ZD. He's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I met him, then I watched him in the Crunchyroll series they did, Anime Crime Detective, Anime Crimes Division, and then I found his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I definitely should have done that backwards.
His YouTube channel stemmed off of Vine. He started the YouTube because Vine died. So like
that explains why his YouTube videos are so short but so well put together.
He basically like became a huge Vine star, and that's all I knew him for. And then I follow him on Twitter now because he's really funny. And I was like, whoa, you have like other stuff going on. You're not just a Vine star that is now a YouTube star. What is happening?
Yeah.
So So back to actual news.
Wrapping our news for the week.
Wrapping the news for the week. 2 more segments. 2. We can get through 2.
Let's do this.
So we mentioned Call of Duty during our little binge there. Activision has actually confirmed that Treyarch Studios is developing this year's Call of Duty, but did not provide any details on which Call of Duty it will be, whether it's Black Ops 4 or if it's just a
Modern Warfare 18.
Yeah, Modern Warfare number 94 or
well, because it goes back and forth between Treyarch and
Activision singularly.
Yeah. And that's the trade-off is like you have Black Ops and you have the Modern Warfare series.
Right,
And it's between
but
the two.
Yeah.
Both Activision and Treyarch have developed Black Ops each.
Have they?
Yeah.
Because sure.
Either way, but that being said, a report from Eurogamer claimed it would be Black Ops 4, though. Treyarch Studios did create the Black Ops series originally, so it stands to reason that the game could be a Black Ops.
Yeah.
I believe Black Ops 2 was the Activision only one.
Probably.
Because it was the best one.
It wasn't terribly well received, to be honest.
But it was, I think it was the best one.
Or no, that was 3 when they decided to release 3 on PS4 and PS3.
Yeah.
And everyone who got it for the PS3 was just rip shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to keep following this because I actually do like the Call of Duty series. I haven't bought one.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
It is. Like, I thought about, like, when we were at GameStop the other day, I thought about picking up World War II because it was like $45. And I was like, and then I decided I didn't want to lose my entire life.
I only want World War II eventually, probably when it's like super, super cheap.
Prop hunt.
Because of Prop Hunt, if that becomes a permanent feature, because that would be really fucking fun.
See, I mostly just want to relive the days of Black Ops. I had a really good stint there when I was working at the factory with my buddy Ryan, and I'm trying to remember his name. It'll come to me eventually. Anyway, the 3 of us will all hop on and play zombies, and they had like a very specific way that they went about playing zombies.
A meticulous manner.
Yeah, and it was real good. Like, they were real good at communicating. They weren't overly like, hey, you go do this now. It was just like, here's how we're gonna run, and this is how we're gonna stay alive, and then this is when we're moving to different rooms. And it was real good. And I remember some of the experiences that I had in Black Ops itself, like when you break the glass off the window and punch a dude in the face.
Yeah.
Like, whew, things happen, man.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that you could, in the menu screen, break out of the chair you're sitting in and then go and enter legitimate Linux shell commands the computer.
That's cool.
I found like back files I don't know if they intended, I'm assuming they had to have intended for people to find this stuff, but I don't know if it was something that they like, oh, people will obviously know how to like call up the file system and go through. Like, yeah,
no,
I mean,
not.
I don't know. It was a long time ago. It was really good.
Yeah, so I am actually looking forward to it because I do like the Treyarch stuff. I like the Activision stuff a little bit more, but that's just who I am. So I'll be looking into that more as news progresses on that.
Yeah.
And then into our final thing of our tangent train of a nightmare episode.
I don't have a lot about this. It's just a little thing.
Yeah, just a quick little blurb.
Which is surprisingly significantly more than we knew about it from the trailer at E3.
Yeah, exactly. So Metroid Prime 4 is being developed by Bandai Namco Singapore.
Namco.
Bandai Namco Bandai, blah, 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 Singapore. And it will be a Switch exclusive. I mean, that was to be expected.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's a Nintendo IP.
I mean, the only other way that it wouldn't be exclusive is if they had a port to the 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
But like
pretty much. But
they
like,
have their
with
own
the Switch. Why would you bother?
Right,
It's
and
portable.
They have their own Metroid series on the 3DS anyway.
I haven't touched my 3DS in so long. I feel guilty.
I know. I thought about buying like Hyrule Warriors or something like that just so I could touch my 3DS. But like, I play Pokemon once a year.
You binge for like 3 weeks, and then you're like, all right, I'm over it.
Yeah,
See,
and I never beat a game.
I don't touch it for a while, and then as soon as I pick it back up, Devil Survivor 2 has been overclocked. Has been my man jam. Like, and I forget how much I love it until I start playing it again, and I'm like, I need to stop.
That's the hard part.
I've got some great ideas for it though, going forward in the future that we'll talk about outside the podcast.
Yeah,
but
that's the hard part about the portable thing is like I can just do it in bed while I'm watching TV or having a conversation, or even at dinner if you're rude like me. So like it's hard to put it down.
Yeah.
Or at least a console, I can be like, I have to walk around for a little while. I have to turn this off, let it breathe.
So you're saying that like we're gonna have to get like a his and hers Switch?
No.
Good, because it's just mine.
Fuck.
Aw.
I will throw down half so that you can't claim that.
Speaking of tangents, though,
Great.
Because now that I'm thinking like, we used to have to care. This is more for our listeners out there. We've had to care a lot about how long our episodes run for, and we initially started this podcast with running close to an hour, and being able to go off on more tangents to trying to just like skim it down and just do news and not really talk as much and get as long-winded, because like SoundCloud only allows us to have 2 hours of content at a time.
Yeah.
However, upon receiving my taxes back in hopefully a few weeks to a month,
it won't be that long.
I haven't even gotten to file them yet. I'm still waiting on one. But when I do finally get my refunds back, one of the things that I'm doing this year is actually paying for an account for a full year of unlimited uploads for SoundCloud. So
do you really want to pay for SoundCloud versus like Libsyn though, or Podbean?
I mean, I might look around and we'll see what
I've heard really good things about
happens.
Podbean, because Podbean will just throw it out to the world.
We'll see what we want to throw our money at. But the long story short, we're gonna have like more space and be able to work with more podcasts.
Yeah.
So because I'm looking to expand out and bring more to the YeahDude brand.
Yeah.
Than just
Twig.
And like I have a lot of podcast ideas that may not be a good fit for gaming, but we don't do just gaming.
Oh no, we do all sorts of stuff.
We may be called YeahDude gamers, but
that's only because YeahDude was taken.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unfortunate.
But I digress. Basically, you guys can look forward to coming soon in 2018, more content from us and more of a backlog of content. Like all of our old podcasts are saved on my external hard drive.
Yeah.
But they right now, other than YouTube, they don't really exist anywhere else.
Yeah. And I think
so.
Somebody out there's got to love us just fucking talking about nothing. Somebody out there.
Jeff's grandma.
Maybe.
God.
Shout out to Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, Ray.
Somebody out there.
But yeah, that's all I've got for this week.
Same.
If you guys haven't checked us out on YouTube, you totally should, because not only do we have the podcast going up every week now, but I've been putting out for the last week and a half a video every single day at 10 a.m.
Yep.
And I intend to continue that until I can either no longer physically manage to do so, until my computer completely craps the bed to the point where I can't salvage it, or I don't even know, something else happens. But
definitely go watch Pony Island, because that was fucked up and really weird.
Oh God,
it was so good though.
I've got some games planned that are just gonna and also when you're listening to this, if you're listening to this on Saturday, then you're gonna have to wait. Any day other than Saturday when this podcast comes out, you should go check it out right now. We have a video up of those of us here on the Twig podcast trying a new Dorito snack.
Oh yeah, I I forgot about
I
that.
forgot we did that. That
We
was
did.
yesterday.
I know.
Oh my god, was it only yesterday?
Yes.
No, it was Wednesday.
Okay.
But
Still.
I thought I lost the day.
But yeah, you should go check that out. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
And,
we got some stuff coming, so just fucking hold on to your
also,
seats.
don't forget to drop down below into the description and check out the mystery link of the week.
Yes.
Valentine's Day is coming, and it may or may not have anything to do with that.
I'm gonna
See,
go
I
look
haven't
right
even
now.
checked it out yet. So
Yeah, I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna go look right now.
All right. And we will catch you all back here again next week. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, game on.
bye.
Bye.